Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox, and I'm coming to you today with a review for Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 5, Episode 14. So let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, so we'll start with Candace. She looks like in vocal training, some sort of vocal coaching that she's doing. Yeah, the sounds that were coming from her voice, but many times vocal training is not the most attractive. Anyway, she says she uses music as a crutch, and considering she's going through so much these days, and I guess that the fact that she's working on the remix of this song, it is helping her through this trying time with this fight that she's had with Monique. She's working with her friend Cliff. I think she said Cliff is his name. She said she's been knowing him since college. They sang in a gospel choir together, and he is another one of her friends that keep her grounded. She's very excited because after her music was being sent all over, a famous producer, Chucky Thompson, was the one who wanted to work with her. And she says it's just so surreal, somebody like him, a legend, working on her music. So, of course, Candace cries. I wish we had $1 for every time that Candace has cried on this show. Anyway, later on, you guys, she meets with Chucky. And, they're just listening to the remix of the song. This is the song that she did for her husband when they got married. The song is a very solid song. Like, really, it is a song that I would play. I just never remember it. But really, if they played it on the radio, it would do well. Like, I mean, it is a good, solid, sounds good, I would bump it song. Have you guys heard it? Anyway, while they're listening to it, Chucky tells her that he wants to hear more. And she was like, ooh, the pressure. And he was like, I'm going to do you one better. All right, how about you sign to my label? And she was just like, oh my God, are you serious? Here comes the tears again. She's telling them how when she was in college, she was in this girl group and they had a chance of signing, but for whatever reason, the shit fell through. So she didn't sign then. But yes, of course, she will sign with Chucky now. Okay. See how that worked, y'all? Even when God closed the door, he'll open the window. Next, we see Ashley. She is going to speak with the counselor that she and Michael went and spoke with a couple of weeks before. She is now meeting up with that counselor by herself today. So when she goes and sits down with him, with her, she asked Ashley how she felt the last session went, and Ashley said she felt that it actually went really well. She learned some things about Michael that she didn't know, but she feels like she's just basically, you guys, postpartum depression. Like, we've had this conversation here many a times. All of the things that Ashley is saying that she's feeling is really a result of postpartum depression. After you have your baby, your hormones are out of whack. Sleep deprivation, like when the doctor said, that sleep deprivation is so serious. I think that is the number one reason why people have postpartum. You are so fucking tired. I've never been that tired in my entire life. And it's funny because now I probably sleep the same amount of time as when I had a newborn baby. I'm adjusted to it now, but when you was used to getting good solid 8-9 hours of sleep, hanging out all night, drinking and then sleeping in late, waking up at 12 and 1 o'clock. No, that shit is over. All right. And you learn it real quick when you have a brand new baby that you got to tend to. And them good 9-hour sleeping days go to 4 hours of sleep, 3 hours of sleep, 2 hours of sleep, grab and sleep when you can, So when she's sitting there talking to the doctor, I was just like, girl, you're going to be all right. Once that boy starts sleeping through the night, that's when you start to feel like yourself again. And however long it takes for that child to do that, I think that's how long you feel off. Because Ashley just said she feels off. She said she doesn't feel sexy. She feels like she's a vessel for the baby. You do feel like a human cow, Not only that, but you have to think about that this is a little human being that I am 100% responsible for. They cannot do anything for themselves. And that is a heavy thought when you really, really sit down and think about it. So I think most new mothers go through some sort of this kind of way of thinking or readjustment of their lives, some on a higher level, some on a more concerning level. But yeah, it's just a transition. It's a huge transition that your body and your mind and your soul and your spirit, everything has to go through when you have a new baby. She don't feel sexy. She don't feel carefree. She don't feel any of that yet. Yeah, well, you're not right now. Okay, but you will be once again. It'll come again. You just have to get past this one period. So Ashley's going to be fine, y'all. Then we see Monique, you guys. And Monique is busy at home with her 3 kids. You know, she's a hands-on mom. So she's doing what she does around the house, you know. She says that everything has just been way too much. This fight has been wearing on her. I'm sure it's been wearing on her relationship with Chris. They seem like they can be quite short with each other sometimes. So, yeah, it's just a bit much. Monique didn't realize that she was signing on for this much. She says that the fact that Candace would press charges, I mean, that girl, how dare she? If the judge only hears Candace's side and not Monique's side, then she could be arrested in front of her children and she can do real jail time. Listen. Now, don't nobody want to see somebody get arrested in front of their children, yet and still. This is what I mean when I tell you that when you have shit to lose, like namely time with your children, okay? People think when you say you have shit to lose, you thinking about material things. No, I'm talking about time with your family, okay? You as a mother, you as the number one caregiver in that house, you already said Chris don't do shit. These are the kind of things that your ass should think about before you go swinging on somebody. All right, you're not 17 when you didn't have shit. Then you can go around fighting because nobody was caring. Nobody's going to sue you because you ain't got shit. And it's just more, you know, more time and money out of their lives trying to sue you. Okay. But when you get to a place in your life where you know you can lose a lot of that, you need to think about that. It is not the other person. It's not the person that you attack. It's not their responsibility to look out for you and your family and your kids. So when she said that, I was just like, well, I mean, next time you need to think about that before you swing on a bitch. But whatever, Monique says that now that Candace has come for her, you know, there's only one thing left for her to do, and we already know that means that she's going to press charges against Candace. But that comes later on in the show, you guys. Let's jump over to Giselle. We see Giselle. She meets Robin at some cute little, fancy little boutique type restaurant that she's been trying to get reservations to, her and her girl, she said. But, oh, it looks like they've let the Real Housewives of Potomac in on this day. So it's Giselle there. Robin meets her there. And before Karen gets there, that's the third guest that they are expecting, Karen tells Robin how, you know, she just feels like there may be more things going on in Karen's life. You know, the fact that she opened up and was talking to people and telling Wendy what she said. You know, she just, look, she wants to be a real friend to Karen. I was like, girl, I don't know how you say that with a straight fucking face. That Giselle knows she is full of shit. So Karen comes there. She already knows.
Look, you'd have to be an idiot to come into a meeting with Robin and Giselle and not be cautious. The green-eyed bandits could try anything. So I am red day. Okay, I am sitting on red day.
So she comes in, she greets everybody, she sits down. Giselle was like, Robin, so how is your hat line? Embezzlement? Is that what it's called? Embezzled? Robin, it's embellished. Robin, the joke is on you, baby. You laughing still? She's so stupid. Robin says that the hat line is going well, and actually she's going to have a photo shoot, and she wants the girls to all be a part of it.
Well, let me ask you something. Are you going to invite Monique?
Robin says, nope, not doing that, because I'm still not really cool with the way that she acted and everything, so I think I'm going to leave her out. I said, wow, they are really shutting Monique out this season. And Karen was just like,
okay, well, you know what? I just need to be transparent with you. Okay, I received a text message that said something about you were having tax problems or something.
Robin was just like, oh, yeah, you know, funny, you should say something. Yeah, actually, I can't really talk about it now. I know. Does it sound familiar? It surely does. Boy, one thing about them tables, right? Them bitches gonna turn. Now, how does it feel to have the shoe on the other foot? You know what? Karen doesn't use it to gloat. I was like, you better than me, Karen. Karen says that, you know, that's just not her style. She gonna ride with her, you know, hopefully she's able to get it all clear. And, which I'm sure Robin will be fine. So it was good. And Giselle was like, you know what, Karen, it's good that you're being all supportive. So, you know, I just kind of wanted to talk to you because Wendy said, I was like, Wendy said that you had to bail Uncle Jessup out when he was having his tax problems. And Karen was just like, what? But then they explained to her it was when they were at the, downstairs at Monique's place when they went out to the woods. And then Karen was just like, oh, you talking about when we had a Kiki moment. Oh, okay.
I said that I soldiered up for Uncle Jessup, and that's the reason why we are where we are in our marriage today. Thank God.
Giselle says, yeah, but she said that you wanted your money back. Karen says that she didn't really say that. They roll the footage. She does say it, but she kind of says it in jest. I don't even know if I felt like she was like, I told Uncle Jessup, like, you better give me my money back. Like, she wasn't serious like that, you know? Giselle, of course, twisting words, putting 20 on 10, making it way worse than it needs to be, mountains out of molehills, whatever you want to call it. Karen is just like the fact that Wendy would go and tell Giselle what she said and make it gossipy. You know, she don't appreciate that shit. So she was just like, look, I ain't really seeing it for Wendy. I'm tired of her, trying to tell me how I'm supposed to be. She comes downstairs when I was talking to Candace, talking about I was straddling the fence.
And I said, listen, I don't know anything about blackouts. I don't know anything about fits of anger. Okay, you say that you're a doctor, but she's not a medical doctor.
Well, Karen, you know and I know that there are plenty of other people that are doctors that are not medical doctors. Just because you have doctor behind your degree, behind your name, doesn't mean that you work in a hospital. All right? You got to know better than that. And I'm sure she does, but she's just kind of making a joke of it and, trying to make light of it and everything. But I was like, you have to know that this is going to get back to Wendy. You sitting up here kikiing and laughing with Giselle. Hey, you get up and stand up and say how she came down the stairs.
Let me show you. She came down and she was walking. You're walking and walking.
Wendy coming down those stairs like she was about to tell her something.
Listen, Wendy, you are not going to tell me when to think and not to think, when to bark and not to bark. I am not afraid of Wendy.
Okay. Nobody is. I said, that's right, Karen. Grown woman school these kids. Telling you, they all is something else. Now, later on at Giselle's house, she has Ashley come over. Ashley pulls up while they're putting in the garage doors. The house is coming together, you guys, slowly but surely. Not necessarily my style, but it is still a nice home. Ashley comes with little baby Dean. Giselle's like, oh, I didn't know that you were going to bring the baby with you, They go inside the house, and she props little baby Dean up on the couch, and Giselle says that makes her want to have one, but that ship is sailed. I said, girl. Now, Jamal got enough damn babies for the... You can go pick up one of the other ones that he done had, maybe the ones that's on the way. Let me not say that, because remember, just recently somebody was saying that they had got pregnant by him out here in Atlanta. It turns out it wasn't true. But, yeah, girl, you ain't trying to have no more baby with this man. Cut that shit out. So anyway... They sit down, they talk, and Ashley is telling her how, her and Michael been going to counseling and how it's been helpful because she just hasn't really felt herself. And she just worries about Michael. How do you do it? Don't you worry about Jamal by him being all the way down there in Atlanta? I said, with all of these old thirsty ass women out here in Atlanta, okay? She don't say that part, but that's the part I was thinking about. Right up Jamal's alley. Giselle said she used to worry about it and worry when she was going to get a crazy call for some unknown woman, but you know what? She just had to let it go. I said, that's because you guys ain't in no real relationship. Girl, cut this shit out. Ain't nobody believe this mess. You guys have the least chemistry on the show, and y'all used to be fucking married and have kids. Anyways, Ashley tells her how she and Michael were going to take a trip, out the country, but she's starting to feel like maybe she wants to take a trip with her girls. And, Giselle was like, oh, really? She was like, yeah. She was like, do you think you can get away from, stay away from the baby 5 or 6 days and be okay with that? And Ashley was like, I think I can do it. Okay. She knows that if she's trying to get better, that she has to start doing things that she used to do, before the baby. So Giselle was like, okay. And she says, Monique's not coming, right? Okay. Like I said, shutting Monique out, which to me, I feel like is a bit extreme, but we also know that Giselle has never liked Monique and is going to ride this all the way, home. Like she is really trying to get Monique off this show, I believe. That's why she has created this alliance, I believe, with Wendy and Robin to just refuse to record with her. So, Ashley was just like, well, she's my friend. And, and Giselle was like, if she comes, then I'm not coming. Okay. And you can already know that if Giselle not coming, Robin not coming. Okay. And Wendy seems to be on that boat as well. And of course, Candace not coming. So you don't have a trip if you invite Monique. I was like, poor Ashley, honey, you're going to have to make the decision that Monique can't come. I was like, Monique, girl, did they pay you your regular salary for this season? If they did, you should be real lucky because, honey, you ain't even on the show, really. Now we see Wendy at home with her boys, and there's more talk about achieving for her parents, not just for herself. In the Nigerian culture, that's what they do. So she also tries to put that type of energy into her children just to make sure that the ball keeps rolling and that you have generations of success, right? Okay. She says that she struggled getting those degrees, that she was pregnant, with both boys when she was getting her degrees, and she had a death in the family. Her father died. There were a lot of things going on in her life that she struggled. We're not going to take nothing away from people who have multiple degrees. It is hard work. Very proud to see a Black woman doing what she does. But you on this show, and you have opened yourself up to some criticisms that not only come with being a Black woman with a PhD, but with you being a reality star on a hit reality show. So you're going to have to take, what people got to say these days. She says it was hurtful that Karen would say that she was ignorant because she's not ignorant. Okay. And I just thought to myself immediately that you can have trillions of degrees. You can be the most book smart ever. Okay. And you can still be ignorant. One doesn't cancel out the other. So, while she was sitting there talking, I was just like, oh, okay, Wendy. That's what you say. Go off, sis. Now, Robin's photo shoot. We don't see her calling everybody and inviting her like they normally do. We just assume that all the girls are coming, minus Monique. All right. So she's there at first with her model, who's taking pictures with her caps on. I was just like, is that a viable business? Just caps? I don't wear hats. Okay. I wear a big floppy hat when I go out in the sun, but other than that, I am not a hat girl. So that is nothing that I ever am going to wear. So it's just not for me. But I guess it's for some people. So fine. The first person that gets there is Giselle. And when Giselle sees the model, she says she looks like Katie. And I was like, she does look like Katie. She looks like a younger, or more lucid Katie. Well, we already know that Katie was putting on for the show, that the way that she presented herself on the show was really not how she was. She thought it was funny to look like she was frazzled and all of that. But anyway, she did look like Katie. They asked her if she ever is told that she looks like Katie Ross, and she was just like, who is Katie Ross? As soon as Wendy gets there, you guys know that Giselle makes a beeline for her, sits her down and tells her what the conversation was between her and Karen. Girl, she said that you wasn't no doctor, that you ain't cured cancer, that you ain't cured AIDS. Ain't nobody said all of that. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, Wendy, do you not watch this show? Did you not know how Giselle was beforehand? Like, see, if I was on the show, I would already know how Giselle acts. Anything that she could tell me, I would have to go and talk to that person firsthand to find out exactly what were the words that was used. So I should even know if I should get my dander up enough with Giselle. Fucking around with Giselle, she gonna get you caught up in all kind of shit. Obviously, Wendy don't know that. So Wendy is just mad. Robin is sitting there laughing and everything, but then she tells us in the one-on-one that she, it wouldn't be an event. It wouldn't be a Robin event if Giselle didn't start shit at it. Why do you let Giselle do these things to you? Okay. But I don't even know if Robin didn't want her to do it because, Robin didn't seem to be annoyed. She was laughing right along with Giselle as Wendy got pissed. So you knew that was, boiling the lady up, right? The rest of the girls get there, okay? We get Candace. She's sitting next to Wendy. Karen comes in to greet everybody, greets Candace, kind of just waves a little bit to Wendy, who's over there with her eyes big and mad. Then Ashley comes in, and even when Ashley comes in, she notices that the girl looks like Katie. Yeah, everybody has their hats, okay? Ashley got her hair big and curly. Wendy got her hair big and curly. Them hats look so stupid on top of their heads. I was just like, you can't even pull the shit down, like, Anyway, we do this photo shoot, right? And it's cute enough. Everybody goes out there with a special hat, couple of pictures with Robin by themselves, all of this. Afterwards, they all sit down and Ashley was like, okay, so, I've been sharing with you guys that I'm having this postpartum depression and, my whole journey with the new baby and everything. I have decided that, we are due for a girls' trip. Okay, and it's a place that I've always wanted to go. All right, so she pulls out the flag, and everybody is like, "Wait a minute, what? Nigga, don't nobody know what this flag is?" Okay, and Wendy finally says, "Is it Portugal?" And bingo, it is Portugal. How did you know that? Because she watches soccer and they see the flag and all of that. So anyway, we going to Portugal, okay? And yeah, you know what? She made a decision not to invite Monique because she knows that Monique will make everybody uncomfortable. So you ain't got to sleep with one eye open because the bitch ain't coming. So we going on a trip. Woohoo! Okay, Monique was like, well, you know what? I feel like maybe I need to clear the air before we go on this trip so I can make sure that I have a good time, okay? And she looks over at Karen. It's just like Karen, and Karen was just like, why did I know that my name was coming? So, Wendy jumps right into it. Giselle told me that you said that I was not a doctor, and I got a PhD, okay? Not only do I have a PhD, I have 4 degrees, and do you know how difficult it is to get to 4 degrees? Karen is over there, I do, yes, I know, yes, I do. And she was just like, most people don't even have a PhD. I think she said something like a really low percentage of people have a PhD. Okay, even lower when you talk about black women. So you say you celebrate black women, don't you? Yes, I do. I do. Well, if you celebrate black women, then you should be uplifting me because I've done what I've done. Okay. She tried to say that she don't brag about her degrees, but they didn't show at least 5 times that she said, I got 4 degrees. 4 of them. So after she finishes going off on Karen, or she's still trying to go off, Karen was just like, well, do I speak? Are you done? Can I speak? Am I going to be able to respond? Can I talk? Candace looks at Wendy like, slow your roll. Let her respond. So Wendy shuts up. And then it's time for grown woman TED Talk number 2 of the day. You know what, Wendy, you and I, each time that we've had some sort of misunderstanding, it is based on the interpretation of what I have said to someone. It is always taken out of context and without a hint of thought to it. Understand, Wendy, that I understand the importance of education. I come from a very highly educated family. And even though I don't have a degree, Wendy was like, nope, not nan one. Nope, not nan one, and don't need one because, Wendy, I am one of those people who just succeed. Wendy, God is good. And there are a lot of people who don't have degrees. My mother says this all the time, and I stand by it. Common sense is a saving grace, and baby, it's something that you cannot buy. And I got it. Bitch, put that in your pipe and smoke it. All right? Gotta just let you know. Wendy, still is mad and still going off on her and all of that. Like, did you not just listen to what the lady said? She just said that the reason why you have gotten into this argument with her is because Giselle went back and put 20 on 10 when she told you what the fuck she said. So she was just like, yeah, Wendy don't know no fucking better. She ain't been around here long enough. And if she do know better, she just trying to get on the show. So we got to make sure that we amp up the drama. So I ain't even looking at Wendy. Wendy can do all of that huffing and puffing all the fuck she wants to. My eye is lasered, okay, keenly on Giselle because Giselle is the one who always run tell that and with a whole lot of extra with it. Giselle's interpretation. Since Wendy is still so mad, Karen was just like, no, what I tell you, let me show you what I said. All I said was, and when you slithered down the stairs, and Wendy was like, no, I sauntered. Okay, well, when you slithered down the stairs, you came, and she was showing her how she was doing it. And she was doing it so much that everybody started laughing, lightened the moment. Wendy couldn't stay mad because you silly now, because everybody knows that Giselle is who Giselle is all the time. So calm the fuck down. Karen doesn't even continue to argue with Wendy because she knows that it's Giselle. 2 weeks later, we find out that Monique has pressed charges against Candace as well. Okay. Now, another lesson that we must learn in these type of situations and circumstances is that you can press charges on somebody. They can press charges on your ass back. This is America. This is a litigious. Is that the word? A litigious. He likes to sue people around here. We likes to press charges around here. So if you was able to throw it, you ought to be able to catch it too. So, even though, she's pissed, that bitch listening to her lawyer and, her hood rat friends, Yeah, girl. I'm gonna need you also to know how the real world works, Candace. Just because you feel like you was wronged and, did wrong and you didn't deserve it and all, it is Monique's right as well. So let the games begin, child. I don't even care. I don't give a fuck no more. It was just a fight, for all this to be going on. I'm just like, this is stupid. But whatever. Y'all sue on. And we'll see what happens. We already know what happens. But we're going to play along for the show and we're going to see what happens. All right, you guys, let me get off of here. Let me get this edited and up to you. Got to run to the grocery store. Make sure that my house is stocked because tomorrow being election day. I wouldn't know what the fuck y'all going to be on tomorrow. I don't know. And I feel like I might need to hunker down and make sure we got some food in this damn house just so I can make sure that, it ain't going to be no bullshit. It's going to be some bullshit for real, but yeah, so I got to get to Walmart and get my shit so I can be prepared. But anyway, you guys, hopefully you guys all stay safe tomorrow. I was thinking about going live, but I don't really think I'm going to do it. I mean, just put it this way. If you see me pop up on live around 8 o'clock, then y'all just come on and join your girl. But tomorrow just seems like it's going to have my nerves so bad. Like this morning I woke up and I was anxious. I was just like, my anxiety is through the roof. So I'm just feeling like I need to really get prepared and be in my house, okay? And I know that damn job better not call me talking about coming in somewhere tomorrow. That's all I do know, because I'm going to have to be like, nah, boss. Your girl can't do it today. But anyway, let me get on off of here, you guys. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to this channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, Roxstars. Bye.